hello and welcome to Seatrade Cruise Talks. With me today I have Anne-Marie Spinosi, Director of Events and Ports Together Activities and Cruise Manager at Corsica Ports.
Good morning, Ollie. Thanks for having us this morning.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. And Francesca Antonelli, Senior Vice President at MedCruise and Marketing and Cruises Manager at the Port Authority of Valencia. Welcome, Francesca.
Hello, and thanks so much for giving us this opportunity. I'm so pleased to be here with dear Anne-Marie.
It's exactly 1 year since the MedCruise leadership was renewed for a 3-year term. So could you please tell our audience what the main actions carried out by the association have been to date?
Actually, it's been an intense first year for all of us as board directors, each one in our own task, trying to pump all our energy into them. I have to say that we've been lucky enough to start this new term at the same time the industry started to gather again. It brings us the opportunity to bring together our members physically again and to implement our new action plans normally. Regarding this action plan, we usually say that we have a holistic approach of our 12 tasks. We are 12 board directors, which means that we all work globally for a better future for our ports and destination, of course, but moreover for our seas and planet. I must say that sustainability is literally a pillar of this mandate, which can be resumed in 3 words: innovation, collaboration, and implementation, right?
Yes, indeed. Sustainability, it's really one of the most important pillars of this mandate. For instance, let me give you some examples that we collaborate with the GSTC on sustainable tourism and with the European Commission as well for participating in different forums, and of course with CLIA, which is one of our major departments, just to do everything that we improve in sustainability solutions for the industry, and then also doing our own researches on a wide range of different topics in order to be able to give a proper response. With the European Commission also we have been nominated to a peer group collaborating also on the EC Charter, for instance, on good practices on sustainable tourism. And yeah, we are supporting our own activities, as I said, with projects on port tariff, on economical impact, on sustainability solutions which are already or to be implemented in port and destinations.
And Anne-Marie, talking about the importance of the events and initiatives under the hashtag Ports Together theme that MedCruise has carried out, what success have your actions had? And let me highlight, for example, your General Assemblies.
Yes, our General Assemblies are blending a mix of ingredients which bring more and more success, and I am very happy for this because firstly I have to pay homage to all our host ports which make so many efforts to welcome us in amazing condition. This is always a fruit of years of work from all of them to provide all of us, port members, associate members, but also cruise line executives and media representatives, the most profitable events. And this is always a question of collaboration, of course, from all the board of directors, from our secretariat as well, president, of course, to find the most accurate and most accurate topics for the panels to be in the spirit of the time, because we need, to answer the question, concerns and challenges of our members. This year we talked about young travel trends, digitalization, data, Fit for 55, of course. We just talked about it with Francesca, with fantastic speakers from our members and cruise and executives. I think the cruise line also like very much to participate in our events because they give us the opportunities to meet with so many different ports and destinations in a very professional but confidential and warm atmosphere, not only during the B2B meetings but all along the 3 days of our GAs. And in 2022 we had 2 GAs. Last one was in Malaga, right after the Seatrade Cruise Med, but it was a members only one. And we had our main General Assembly in Palamos in May. Costa Brava Ports GA reunited a record of 185 participants, including 22 cruise line executives and 11 media, international and national ones. And for the first time we had Forbes, for example, the US Economic Magazine. And this kind of media brings also more visibility to our members. And this is something I would like to underline because it goes even more above the cruise industry, and it is a great opportunity for our members as well.
While you were there at the event, could you speak to me a little bit about data and data governance? I think you've been doing some work on that. Was that fruitful when you were at the event? Were you able to have some talks around that issue?
Yes, we talked about data and digitalization during the panel in the General Assembly because we would like to help our members to shape our their strategies more precisely. So as a first, MedCruise is developing a data governance project. So it is not only about visualizing data, but to give our members data governance structures to help them to take micro and macro decisions based on accurate and updated data in order to achieve a better and more detailed understanding of passenger needs, port growth opportunities, and of course for a better connection with all the ports, between all the ports and cruise industry stakeholders.
Okay. And have you talked about your strategy to give greater and increasing visibility to your associate members? And how are you pursuing that aim?
During the pandemic, our dear colleagues Laura Cimaglia from Taranto and Nikki Guerrero from Gibraltar launched a new concept of MedCruise morning coffees. It was a space where our members could meet online and discuss the topics of those times. And after the election, I wanted to keep this concept because I thought it was valuable for port and associate members to give them the floor to them, inviting high-value experts from the cruise and tourism sector. In the association, every voice counts, and I see no difference between a port member and associate members, but to be honest, I have to confess that sometimes people know more about our ports and destination than our associate members. That's the reason why, for instance, and I thank you for the question. During the last morning coffee I hosted a few weeks ago, talking about cruise travel evolution, I invited 3 of our associate members to give them the floor, to give them the opportunity to talk about their companies and activities, but also to gives the opportunity to all our members to benefit from their large and diverse experience, because we have a large diversity of associate members. They are 47 now, so yes, this is about collaboration once again.
Absolutely. And surely, Francesca, what about training? Moving on to getting people involved. When it comes to training, surely this is a way to actively involve, engage with members. So why and how does MedCruise focus on that area?
Well, I think it has to do with our diversity. You have to think about who is going to the MedCruise events and who is attending the morning coffee. So we are so diverse as the Mediterranean and our adjoining seas are. We have people working at marketing departments, people working at commercial departments, people working on operations, on the docks, people working at tour operators. They are with our cruise passengers passengers visiting the city, ship providers, whatever. So we are so diverse, and so diverse are the members who are attending the events Anne-Marie just presented us. So we think in MedCruise has been thinking for a lot of years already that training is essential, but that we have to adapt this training to these different people. So we have, for instance, had training on soft skills, and very important, the technical training, itinerary planning. Again, port operation, tour operators, and now more and more and more sustainability. May I ask you, may I tell you, for instance, one of my PDC, which I attended in 2017 on board of a ship, a beautiful ship of Celestial. We had there a training about itinerary planning, and that opened wide up the eyes for me, because it was really, I didn't know that so many people were involved, because we did really simulation on how an itinerary is planned by a cruise line. So it was very, very important. So as the Senior Vice President, I am also responsible as our Board of Director members for a specific task, and my task is the training. So what we did in collaboration with of course, with Vegan, the President, and all my colleagues of the board, is asking our port members and associate members, listen, what do you need? What is in this moment the most important thing? And it was sustainability, definitely.
I wondered if you could also give us a preview of what the training program for the coming years may look like.
Well, we will, as I said, sustainability, and on the three pillars, the economical, social, and environmental sustainability. So what we have planned for 2022, and we had that in Istanbul in November 2022, was introduction to basic aspects of environmental issues. So we had a lecturer, Miguel Núñez, an international expert, which is also very good at explaining things. So it has been fantastic. We really have learned a lot. Having all the day an expert explaining you exactly, in deep. Sometimes you don't dare to ask when you are in a big group. So we were around 30 people in Istanbul, and during the whole day we had this fantastic PDC. And then, just for cheering us a little bit up, we invited a colleague, Heidi, of the Port of Oslo, and dear Board of Director member Valeria Mangiarotti, which is responsible for sustainability. And with Miguel, we had a chat like, okay, do you remember your beginnings? Do you remember when you started with sustainability on cruises? What was it like? What should we focus on? Giving us a little bit of advice. And it was a very good experience, I have to say.
That sounds very useful, very helpful indeed. And going back to the coffee mornings, is this also an opportunity whereupon, the association members can reach out informally and touch base if there's anything that they're unclear on, for a bit more clarity, and maybe even suggest some topics that they would like you to address in the future as part of the training? Is this possible for them?
Of course, I always open the floor to our members at the end of the morning coffee, suggesting them to ask me some specific topics, because the main objective of the morning coffee is always to bring something to our members, but also to bring them together, sharing knowledge, inspiration, experience, and information, like we're gonna make in the PDC, because the cruise industry is evolving constantly and so fast. So we all need to keep track all the time on all those topics, and sustainability, of course, because it's our main concern for all our members and associate members, because as Francesca said, it's not only environmental technologies and solution, it's social, it's economical. So yes, we are here to give our members a voice, a space where they can discuss. We are here to share and to bring them something.
And do not forget, Anne-Marie, also, we have also our working groups.
Of course.
Oh,
Yes,
tell me more about
we have 9 working groups on specific topics, and of course these topics is just what's actually going on in the industry, and it's open to all the board and associate members. Normally is a board of director who leads this working group. So let me give you an example. For instance, the latest working group on destination development, led by dear Vice President Lorenzo Vera, they really come together. It's a huge working group. A lot of board and associate members wanted to be there and are there, really discussing, in my port and in my destination, this and this is happening, or let's pay attention to that. Let's invite an expert to come and focus on one precisely question that is now very actual for us and that we have to solve at our destinations and our ports. So the working groups, the morning coffee, the events, we really are there to do so that we listen to the needs of our associate and port members.
It's been excellent hearing about the close collaboration that you have with your member ports. And it leads me on to a question that I've been meaning to touch base with you both on for some time. And that is that MedCruise is not only the association of Mediterranean ports, but also of the adjacent seas, such as the Atlantic, the Black Sea, the Red Sea. So why has MedCruise expanded? And why does it continue to expand its reach?
So I think it's because of a success story. So it really was born as Mediterranean Cruise Port Association. The associate members came, so the tour operators, the agents, and so on. And I think other regions, you mentioned them, they realized that we are giving an added value to the shipping line and to the whole industry. So if you see that an association is giving you something, that coming together is giving you an added value, so then you want to reach this association. And so we keep growing and growing. Anne-Marie told us before the figures, which I think are amazing, and we want to expand. I mean, of course, there will be no sense to be one day, global world MedCruise. Then perhaps we shall change our name. But yes, we are open to new regions because we think that coming together and working together is also giving a easy partner for the cruise lines. Even if we are so diverse, at the end of the day, we find common solutions and common answers for the cruise industry. Don't you agree?
Yes, I think indeed the Mediterranean Sea is not so closed as we usually say. We are all connected, as our members are, as our itineraries are, and our board of directors reflect all the color of the palette of the Mediterranean Sea. We always say our diversity, our strengths, and I really believe in this. We are a space of incredible collaboration, not only for our members, but for the whole cruise industry now. And we are now the world's largest cruise and port destination. So yes, we bring an added value for the whole cruise industry.
I want to go back to the point you made. You underlined that MedCruise wants to work on activities that create further value for its ports and associate members. But finally, to conclude, I wondered if you could tell me what key actions you will take in 2023 to fulfill this pledge.
Well, we have mentioned so many times, and I think it is important, sustainability, sustainability, sustainability. This is the pillar of this mandate. We want to create answers, collaborating with other associations, institutions. We mentioned them before, CLIA, Cruise Europe, the European Commission, also other non-European associations. That's very important. having there, for instance, our port members of North Africa, all represented, and finding solution. I think that's what the key will be: sustainability, and also not to forget social sustainability, because we know how sensible our industry is, also to people rejecting all of the sudden cruises because of a lot of reasons, or the geopolitical situation that can change so quickly. So having a sustainable industry, that is the main pillar.
And I remember that we are from 22 countries and 3 continents, so we have a diversity of knowledge. But also, yes, it can be a challenge because we have all different legislation and so on. But we are here, yes, always to collaborate and to help each other in all our actions. And our events in 2023 also will keep on being a meeting point for our members, of course. We're going to have a very busy year, just as we did in 2022. We all keep, and our President Figanayan in the first place, promoting our association in every event that would be valuable for our members, of course. We are also looking forward to gathering again during our general assemblies. So next one will be in Corfu in May, and a second one will be in Burgas, Bulgaria next autumn. And we all know what Black Sea region is going through since last February, and I am really grateful to our colleagues from Burgas to maintain the General Assembly organization despite the regional context. I know how many efforts they have to make for this. This will also allow the association to show them actively our support to all our Black Sea colleagues, not only the Ukraine colleagues, of course, as we made symbolically in September during Seatrade Cruise Med, giving them the first MedCruise award during the Seatrade ceremony. And sports together, always.
Sports together, always.
Well, thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Thank you, Francesca. It has been a pleasure speaking with you today. And thank you very much for watching. We'll be back again soon. For now, you can head to www.seatrade-cruise.com to find out all the latest news and all the latest Seatrade Cruise Talks episodes. Thank you for watching.